if I had a dollar, and I'm sure it's the same for you, how many times I get the question is, how do we get referrals? Or what's the closing gift? It's kind of like we're missing the point, right? There's a tremendous focus in this business on making sure there's the exact right closing gift, right, Jim?
Yes, that has also been an evolution over the past 30 plus years. 20 or 25 years ago, a big deal was this concrete goose that you would have on your front porch as a decorator item. I can't tell you how many homes had a duck or a goose on their front porch. So we would have a bow tie around this goose and a basket full of goodies and a bottle of wine, and that was our thank you gift. Well, there wasn't any thought that went into it. What our thoughts are today, we would like our thank you for the opportunity to be of service to be a moment where they're telling others a story. That goose and that gift bag didn't provide any opportunity for them to tell anybody a story. When someone walks up to visit them in their home, they don't stop before they go in the house and say, you know, before you go in the house, I want to tell you about this gorgeous goose on our front porch that was given to us by Jim and Anne-Marie, and I want to tell you about their services. Well, that never happened, ever. So how is it that we can have our clients tell stories about us where we manufacture opportunities for that to happen?
So, Ryan, in the world of customer experience, what Jim just described, right? This idea of storytelling, how important is that?
Yeah, it's really critical. And, you know, he used a couple key terms there he used. We manufacture, you know, and I would call that design. We call it, you know, designing these customer experiences. And obviously you've got to implement the design, so you've got to manufacture too. But the point is, it's thoughtful, it's intentional. And so we think in terms of think, feel, do. And if you can put that in your mind, that would be a great takeaway to ask yourself as you're designing these moments, what do you want your clients to think, feel, and do? And if that's what you want them to think, feel, and do, then how are you setting the stage? How are you, and if it's in Jim's case, he wants, and we have some common things that it's either like buy more, stay longer, tell others, but the tell others would be the example there that Jim really keyed in on. Well, we want them to tell, well, what does that look like? And so ask yourself that, and then how do we get them to tell? And instead of focusing on the tactic of what gift do we give, if you ask that question of what do I want them to think, feel, and do, and how can I set the stage and really influence them and encourage them to do that, you'll have a much better tactic that you arrive on that's personal to you, that works for your style. You know, Jim's example works for his style. Your answer is probably something different.
Yeah. And so Jim, so instead of the goose, can you give some examples of what exactly we mean when we say this?
Yes, we've evolved our, when someone refers a client to us, this is an incredible big deal. And probably 95% or more of our transactions are because of referrals. So how is it that we can acknowledge that person in a way that hopefully they'll do it more? So when we're referred a family or a client for real estate, we set up a quarterly delivery of flowers for 1 year to their place of business. It doesn't work to go to their home because there's nobody to talk to. But if it goes to their place of business and it's on their desk, and we don't tell them we're going to do this, all of a sudden a bouquet of flowers shows up and a nice note from Anne-Marie and I thanking them for their kind support of our real estate practice. Everybody in their company that walks by their desks asks them, what are the flowers about? Where'd you get the flowers? Was it a birthday, anniversary, whatever? They tell the story about us about 40 times because it got to be delivered on a Monday morning. So it's there all week. So we have our local florist that understands what their requirements are when we do this. I write the notes at the very same time I make the order So I know what month the flowers are going to be delivered. So I kind of know what's going on that month in the year. And it cost me about $400 to set up those 4 deliveries. And I pay it right then. And so it's done. I don't think about it, but it has been unbelievably effective because, like Ryan said, we've designed a way for people to tell a story about us.